Hello dear students. In the previous class we discussed about desert habitat. We discussed about the plants as well as some of the animals. One main animal, one important animal in the desert is camel. So today let us see what are the adaptations or what are the adaptive features of camel which help them to live in the desert. If you look at the camel, it has long and thick eyelashes, and these eyelashes prevent sand from entering the eyes. If you see in the desert, lots of sand, very fine powder of sand will be there, and most of the time there will be wind. So in the wind, this powder form of sand will be flying in the air, and if you also walk when it is too windy, the sand particle will enter your eyes. So to prevent this, the camels, they have very thick eyelashes, so it will not allow the sand or sand to enter their eyes. And it also has an ability to close its nostrils so that the sand will not enter their nose also. And if you look at their legs, they have very long legs and very strong legs, which are capable or which are suitable to walk in the hot sand. Okay. And if you see the feet, it has padded feet. Padded feet means it has some thick pad like portion below there under their feet, which enable them to walk easily on the sand. The camels can drink enormous amount of water, that is too much water at a time. Nearly more than 100 liters of water it can drink, and they can store it in their body, and this water will last for a long time, so that in the desert when they have to walk long distances without water, it will be possible for them. Now you might have observed a hump at the back of a camel. It is actually the stored food, fat form of food, which they store in their body and use it up during the long journeys. And as these fats get used up, the hump reduces its size. You will come to know by observing the hump of the camel whether it has traveled a lot of distance or not. After some times, when it gets food, again it will eat lots of food, and the hump will get enlarged. Now it has another most important feature is their long large intestines. They have extremely long large intestines to absorb the water from the food that they eat, and its skin is so thick that it can tolerate the heat. So these are all characteristics, or these are all some of the adaptive techniques of camel which enable them to live in the deserts. Now today we will talk about mountain habitats. In the polar regions and mountain regions, what type of habitats are there, and how do these animals adapt there? As you go higher, you know that the weather condition will be usually very cold, and cold wind also will be there. Now if you think of polar region means in the poles, you know that it will be covered with snow. So in those regions which is covered with snow, most of the winter season it will be snowfall will be there. Okay, heavy snowfall will be there. So in the heavy snowfall, if the plants are there and if it falls on the leaves, naturally the plants will get damaged. So they have some special features to withstand or to stand healthy in this climatic condition. And if you look at the plants, most of the plants will be coniferous. they have very thin needle like leaves, and most of these trees will grow in triangular shape. That is, on the top it will be thin, and towards the bottom, toward the base, it will be broader. Why is it so? When the snow falls on them, very easily it can slide down and fall down on the ground. So it will not stick to the leaves for a longer time. These pine trees, they say they are conifers. At very high altitudes you can see them. What are the adaptive techniques they have, or adaptive features of coniferous plants are, they will be in cone shape, because of which the snow will slide off easily. Their leaves have needle-like shapes, and they are also covered with a waxy coating, which will not allow the water, the snow, to stay there. As soon as they fall on the leaves, they will easily slide away. And also it will help to prevent from water loss from the plants from the leaves due to transpiration. Okay. Now here in the picture, what can you see? Yes, it is a penguin. Where do you see the penguin? Penguins are usually seen in the polar region. Okay. What are the adaptive features of animals that live in this polar region? Let us see. Animals such as yak, penguins. Penguins, they have thick feathers are there, and yak has got thick hairs on them. They have a thick covering on their body to protect them from the cold. Also, they have very strong horns and hooves, which will help them to break the ice on the ground and can graze on the grass present below. Means just below the ice, snow, there will be grass, and these animals will break them with the help of their horns, and then and also the hooves of the beaks. Also the hooves. With the help of the hooves, what they will do? They will break down the ice and will eat the grass. Some of the animals like mountain goats and all, they move up and down the rocky mountains. So they also have strong hooves which will help them to hold easily and move up and down. Okay. If you think of the polar bears and all, snow leopards and polar bears, they have very thick fur on their body to protect them from the cold. And penguins, as you see in this picture, you see the penguins. Penguins have their feathers which have special characteristic, that is, they are oily feathers and they are waterproof. If water fall on their body, it will automatically go down, flow down. Okay. And also they have a thick layer of fat under their skin to regulate the body temperature. So every habitat, if you see, the plants and animals or all the organisms living in a particular habitat, they have some special adaptive features which enable them to live there easily and comfortably. Some plants which have broad leaves on the mountains, trees which are found on the mountains and they have broad leaves. What they do, they shed their leaves before the starting of the winter, that is the onset of winter. Just before the onset of winter, they shed their leaves. So this will help them to prevent the water loss. Okay. So according to the climatic condition, according to the physiography of that particular place, every living organisms have special features to adapt the place in which they adapt the place as well as the climatic condition. They adapt according to the place and climatic condition of that particular habitat. Now, next type of habitat is the forests or the grasslands. Now, what are forests? The large areas of land covered mainly with lots of trees and plants is called forest. These areas which are covered by grass is used by most of the animals for grazing. Okay, so if it is covered with grass, it is called grasslands. Okay, and there will be few trees also in the grassland. You can see the deer, tiger, lion, all these things, they live in the forest and even in the grasslands. And if you see the grasslands, they are really dominated by the presence of various types of grass and few types of trees. And if you take the forest, it will have various types of trees. Now, the weather condition in the grassland will be little dry and windy. Okay, and they may have varieties of plants and animals, including grasses and small plants and trees. Also, they may have animals like deer, rabbit, mice, foxes, snakes, lion. Also, this type of animals also can be seen there. Now, if you look at the adaptive features of the plants, they have well developed root system because they have to stay there strong. Also, their leaves will be thin leaves which help them to prevent the water loss. Then the stalk of the leaves means the part of the leaf which will help them to get attached or which help them to attach to the stem is called leaf stalks. They will be very flexible because when it is windy, they will move vigorously, right? Very strongly it will move. So that time the leaves will fall down. So to avoid that, they have flexible stalks. Now, if you think of the animals of the grasslands, they have very broad molar teeth. Why do they have that, you know? After eating the food, strong front teeth will be there and very broad grinding or molar teeth will be there, which help them to eat the grass and chew them properly. And they also have their intestine very long for digesting the grass. Their legs will be very strong and they'll be able to run very fast from the predators. You might have seen in this National Geography channel, the lions and all running at the back chasing the deer, right? Both of them will be able to run very fast. Now, they have eyes which are placed on the side of their head. Why do they have on the sides, you know? They have to be very cautious all the time around them. They have to be, they have to look around them all the time. So, on both the ends or both the sides of the head, they have eyes, and they also possess very strong sense of smell and long and sharp ears. So, you might have observed when a deer is taking food all the time, its ears will be moving, and their ears will be waiting for any small sounds also. Very minute movements in the jungle will be noted by them, and immediately they will start running. Okay, these predators means what? Those who are eating these animals. Okay, including the lion and all, they also have some special features so that they can also survive in the this grassland. If you look at the lions, their color is very much matching with the grassland. It won't be easy to find out if a lion is sitting in the grassland. So this will help them to merge or hide themselves in the surrounding. That particular characteristic is called camouflage. I'll show you some of the videos which I'll be sending with this set of this videos, which will, or in this it will be there. Very good examples of camouflage. And their eyes are modified to see, or they have special ability to see very small as well as at far. If any animal is there, they will be easily able to see them, and they have the ability to concentrate on their prey. Now they also have very strong claws which enable them to walk quietly, very slowly, without making noise. They will come towards the prey without the prey noticing their movement, and they just attack them. So these are all adaptive characteristics or features of the animals which stay in the grassland and also in the small forest.